The distant planet Xyron had long been considered a barren, forsaken wasteland. Abandoned centuries ago by an unknown species, its surface lay untouched by explorers or researchers due to the extreme conditions. A human expedition had only recently begun scanning the planet's subterranean landscape for mineral resources, but what they uncovered was far more intriguing and dangerous than they could have imagined. Elara Kane, a field technician specializing in excavation and repair, was tasked with maintaining the crew's drilling equipment. Despite the hostile environment, Elara was used to the isolation. She thrived in the quiet of her work, letting the hum of machinery fill the void left by human interaction. Little did she know, her assignment to a remote drilling outpost on Xyron was about to turn into a race against time. While running diagnostics on a faulty drill in one of the deeper caverns, Elara's scanners picked up something strange, a hollow void beneath the rock, hidden far deeper than expected. Curiosity piqued. She fine-tuned her instruments and noticed irregular metallic structures below, the likes of which hadn't been recorded on Xyron before. "Command, this is Technician Kane. I've got something down here that doesn't match any of the geological data we've been fed. I'm sending the readings now," she reported over the comms. The response from Command was quick. "Proceed with caution, Kane. Could be a natural formation, but it also might be a structure. Check it out." After clearing debris and drilling through layers of stone, Elara uncovered what appeared to be an ancient doorway. Smooth, impossibly precise, and made of a material her scanners couldn't identify. The structure was sealed, but not locked. Her heart raced as she activated her drone to scan the area. After years of working on desolate worlds with little more than rocks and dirt for company, she had found something truly extraordinary. Elara carefully breached the entrance and stepped inside. The chamber beyond was vast, illuminated by a faint, eerie light emanating from the walls themselves. Dust hung thick in the air, undisturbed for centuries. It was a laboratory, unlike anything Elara had seen before. Strange, intricate devices lined the walls, some suspended in midair, defying gravity. The equipment seemed to pulse with latent energy, suggesting that this was no ordinary ruin. Somehow, this place still held power. Her breath caught as she approached a central console. The interface was alien, but not entirely incomprehensible. As she studied the symbols, something clicked in her mind. She hesitantly reached out to touch the panel, and the moment her fingertips made contact, the laboratory came to life. Lights flickered on, illuminating glass pods filled with a shimmering, viscous fluid. Inside the pods were strange life forms, humanoid in shape, but with elongated limbs and translucent skin. They seemed to be in some sort of stasis, their bodies perfectly preserved by the alien technology. Suddenly, an alert blared on her wrist console. Her comms crackled. "Kim, what the hell is happening down there? We're picking up massive energy spikes from your location. I found something. She hesitated, trying to grasp the scale of her discovery. "It's a laboratory. Alien, I think, and it's still active." A beat of silence followed. "We're sending backup immediately. Don't touch anything else." But it was too late. The moment the lab had activated, a series of symbols flashed on the console, and the pods began to release their contents. The humanoid figures twitched and stirred within their fluid chambers. Elara watched in stunned fascination as one of the beings opened its eyes. It turned its head slowly, locking its gaze on her. Panic surged through her, but she couldn't move. The creature's eyes, black, infinite, were filled with something indescribable. Was it intelligence, curiosity, or something more sinister? Suddenly, the ground shook violently. Dust and debris fell from the ceiling as the centuries-old structure began to react to the awakening life forms. The caved-in portions of the lab, dormant for eons, were reactivating in a chaotic cascade. Elara struggled to keep her balance as she rushed back toward the entrance, but the alien beings had already begun emerging from their pods. She barely made it to the doorway when the first one stepped onto the floor. Its movements were fluid, graceful, yet unnerving. More followed, each surveying their surroundings with an otherworldly calm. They showed no immediate hostility, But Elara's instinct screamed at her to flee. Before she could decide her next move, her comms crackled again, and this time the voice was not from her command. A low, resonant tone filled her mind, bypassing her earpiece entirely. "You should not have come here," Elara gasped, her mind reeling from the invasive presence. It was speaking directly to her. "Who are you?" she stammered aloud, unsure if the beings would understand. "We are what remains. This place, our work was forgotten, left incomplete. You have awakened us, and now the cycle begins anew." The walls of the laboratory shimmered as complex symbols and diagrams began to project from the consoles. The air felt heavy with ancient knowledge, incomprehensible equations, and strange alien glyphs. Elara backed away, her mind racing. Whatever had happened here centuries ago, it had been dangerous enough to be sealed away. The beings moved closer, their gazes never leaving her. Though they hadn't attacked, Elara had the unmistakable sense that she was trespassing on something beyond her understanding. "What cycle?" she asked, heart pounding. Before the alien could respond, the ground gave another violent lurch. The walls trembled, and the ceiling began to collapse. In a surge of desperation, Elara bolted for the exit, narrowly dodging falling debris. She ran through the tunnels, hearing the groaning structure give way behind her. Outside, the backup team was just arriving as the entire cave system imploded. She collapsed, gasping for breath, as they rushed to her side. "What happened in there?" one of them asked, eyes wide with concern. Elara looked back at the ruined entrance, her heart still racing. "We weren't meant to find it," she whispered. "And whatever it was, it's not over." As she was airlifted away, Elara couldn't shake the feeling that something had followed her out, that the cycle, whatever it was, had only just begun. Far below, in the shattered remains of the laboratory, the surviving alien forms stirred beneath the rubble. The ancient machines whirred to life once more, and in the dark, unseen mechanisms clicked into place, beginning their work anew.